confused about his surroundings, and draws his sword when he hears noises. Mika lunges at you, but he manages to stop himself before hurting him. Mika is desperate for blood, but Yu offers his own blood to him. Mika resists but is in pain without blood. Yu blames himself for leaving Mika alone and apologizes. Mika regains control and tells Yu that he wasn't himself. Yu wants to help Mika by giving him his blood, and Mika struggles to resist but eventually gives into his vampire instincts. Even when Yu thought there was no reason to live, he forced himself to stay alive, and now he's reunited with Mika. They both decide to survive together no matter the challenges they face. Yu reassures Mika that being a vampire doesn't matter to him, and he's even willing to find a way to turn him back into a human if it's what Mika wants. They share a heartfelt moment and laugh together. Yu credits his strength to Gurren, even though Mika believes Gurren is using him. However, Yu doesn't mind because Gurren is like family to him. Mika, on the other hand, insists that he would never use Yu. They talk about the blood incident and joke about it, not taking it too seriously. Yu becomes concerned about their friends and family in trouble and asks Mika for help. Mika is shocked that Yu wants to go back to the humans, but Yu leaves anyway. Mika follows him, trying to convince him to stay. Mika reveals that the Japanese Imperial Demon Army has been conducting human experiments on both of them. But Yu doesn't seem to be bothered and continues on his way. Mika decides to protect Yu by drawing his sword, showing his determination to defend him at any cost. Yu and Mika continue their conversation as they travel together. Mika points out that Yu is being a hypocrite because he told Mika to survive even if he becomes a vampire. But now Yu is determined to save his family, even if it means risking his life. Mika insists on talking to Yu, but Yu is focused on saving the others and considers them his family. Mika finally reveals that he was saved by Shinoa and her friends, and Yu sees this as proof that they are good people. He convinces Mika to help him save them, and Mika agrees, saying he will only save those four. Yu thanks Mika and hugs him from behind. Shinoa and the rest of the Moon Demon Army reach the Nagoya airport, but it's deserted, and there are no vehicles for them to escape. Meanwhile, Yu and Mika have found a jeep and are driving to their destination. Mika finally shares the information he wanted to tell Yu. He explains that the humans are using Yu as a subject for a massive experiment, which has made him a target for both humans and vampires worldwide. This experiment's failure led to the deaths of all the adults and nearly caused the end of the world. In this part of the story, Yu questions if he is to blame for the near destruction of the world. Mika reassures him that it's not his fault. They were both victims of manipulation by humans. Mika reveals that the Hyakuya orphanage they lived in was actually a lab for the Seraph of the End experiment, which was taken over by the Japanese Imperial Demon Army. Mika expresses his distrust towards humans, describing them as greedy and unable to control their power. He wants to protect Yu from them and suggests they run away together to live somewhere far away and safe. Yu, however, believes he can't turn away from humans, as he is also one of them and wants to turn Mika back into a human. As they discuss their plans, Yu recalls a previous attempt to escape to paradise, which ended in failure and loss. Despite this, they both agree they need to escape. Yu wants to discuss the plan with his friends, as he trusts them and believes they can help. Meanwhile, the scene shifts to warplanes in the sky, and Kirito, a character, meets a test subject named Murai Kimazuki, who is in distress. The remaining members of the Moon Demon Army, who were sent to kill vampire nobles in Nagoya, have survived a big attack by vampires and reached Nagoya airport. However, they find that the aircraft they were supposed to use to escape is not there. Doshi tells acting Commander Shinya that Gurren had promised helicopters for their escape, but they are nowhere to be seen. Narumi is also unsure of what to do next, as vampires are closing in on them, and they have no other place to retreat to. Mido finds a letter in the flight control room, addressed to the Japanese Imperial Demon Army, which instructs them to wait. Meanwhile, tensions rise again as Shinoa defends Mika, a vampire, from her squad. Rika confronts Shinoa, angry that she is still alive after their squad members Yaoi and Kageyama were killed in the previous vampire attack. In a fit of anger, Rika slaps Shinoa, but Shinoa signals her squad not to intervene. Rika blames Shinoa for the deaths of their comrades and threatens her with a sword, demanding she pay with her life for what happened. Shinoa steps in to stop the conflict between Rika and the others. Rika is crying and apologizes, begging for her friends back. Narumi takes charge and says he will handle the situation, but Shinya reminds him that it's not his responsibility. Narumi questions Shinya about what they will do for them after they followed him this far and lost their comrades and commander. He is frustrated that they are being told to wait and wonders if they are being left to die. Shinya explains that the order to wait and escape with the helicopter came from Lieutenant General Kirito, not Guren. Narumi is angry at the Hiragi family's abuse of power and decides to abandon the mission and go back to rescue Lieutenant Colonel Guren. Shigeru agrees with this plan, and Sayuri also joins in. They say goodbye to the others and leave to rescue Guren. Mito and Goshi choose to stay with Shinya and continue with the larger mission. The group is now divided, with some going to rescue Guren and others staying to follow the orders from Lieutenant General Kirito. Mitsuba asks Shinoa for advice on what to do, but Shinoa is focused on observing Shinya's actions. Narumi challenges Shinya, telling him to court-martial him if he disagrees with their decision. Shinya tells him to stop and explains that he wants them to abort the mission together and ignore orders from the higher-ups. Narumi, Mito, and Goshi are happy that the Moon Demon Company will reunite to rescue Guren.